It's electric focus, and the Jaguar I-PACE is now just over 5 years old. And if you look on the second-hand market at the moment, there's some real bargains to be had out there. Considering this is a car that starts at around £67,000, is it a good car to buy as a second-hand car? Well, let's get into the video. So if you're looking for a second-hand electric vehicle and you really like the look of the Jaguar I-PACE, then I'd certainly recommend it as a car to consider. I have had my car just over 3 years now. You'll have seen the reviews I've done if you've been following me. I did a long-term review a few months ago, and also did a review about some of the issues I've had and some follow-up videos to that. However, don't want to get the impression that I think that it's a bad car. The worst thing I had was the replacement of the heater, which took time because it was in COVID. And then I had the issue with the windscreen where I had a leak coming in. Those are the two most inconvenient things. So I wouldn't say that it's put me off having a Jaguar I-PACE. I have to say that Jaguar I-PACE still is a great looking car, considering it's 5 years old. If you look on the road now, I still think it's one of the best looking cars on the road. Obviously my opinion, but bear in mind, this car was World Car of the Year when it came out. So a lot of people agree. It's a fantastic car. When it comes to driving, it's just been the best car I've ever had for driving. It is incredible. It's so fast, that 0 to 60 speed of 4.5 seconds. I did a test recently on it because I've got an OPD dongle now. You're seeing a video on that, and I got 4.6 seconds 0 to 60 on a fairly, reasonably flat road, but a little bit bumpy, and blown away by how quick this car is and how good it feels when you're driving on A roads and B roads, those country roads. I think that's when it comes into its own. It is a little bit, you do feel the weight of it because it's an electric car, but it still drives fantastically. The steering's perfect. It is just a great driver's car. When it comes to all-round practicality, well, it's an SUV style, so you've got quite a lot of space, both in the back and in the front, and you've also got a reasonably good sized boot. Because of the aerodynamics of the car, you do lose a little bit because of that sloping back windscreen, and you'll see I've done a video if you've got dogs about whether you can get dogs in the back lane. Yes, you can get some reasonably large dogs in the back of the car, but there are better cars for that, with a more of a flat back, but still it's a pretty good space for just everyday use. So after 3 years and 28,000 miles, I'm getting range of still 225 to 235 on average. I'm getting 250 to 270 in summer, and we're talking about on long trips here, not short trips. You can get longer range on shorter trips. When it comes to long journeys, it's a comfortable, luxurious car inside. It's beautifully laid out. As I said, there's some real bargains out there at the moment. I was having a look earlier on, and I saw a HSE, which is the top of the range version with the panoramic sunroof, 2021 model. You get the 11 kilowatt AC onboard charger, because the earlier models only have 7 kilowatts, as I've got. And it had 20-inch wheels, so it didn't have the bigger 22-inch, which do look better, but 20-inch, don't forget, gives you better range. And only one owner, 38,000 miles, so reasonable. How much do you think? Bear in mind, this is over £70,000 car, new now, and you still get the same battery, the same charging speeds, etc. Well, it was just over £33,000, so I think that's incredible. And if you're looking at an earlier model, so a 2019-20 model, such as the one I've got, with around 30,000 miles on it, I've done around 28,000 miles, I've seen those for under £25,000. So real bargains out there. So in summary, although I've had a few issues with the Jaguar I-PACE, it's still a fantastic car to own and drive, and there's some great prices out there. My advice is to make sure that when you go to have a look, that you ask your dealership if they've got the state of health of the battery, because I think they should have that these days on second-hand cars, so that you've got reassurance that the battery is in good condition. And don't forget though, you get a warranty with the battery, so 8 years or 100,000 miles, so you've got a good peace of mind there. And have a look in the frunk to make sure it's not damp, because I've had that issue and it's still not fixed yet, by the way. It's a minor inconvenience, but I'd like to see that sorted out and fixed, but check that out as well. And also make sure that the H441 update, the recall that I reported on a while back, make sure that's done, because that's really important. It should have been done, but it's still worth asking the question to make sure it's fully up to date with the latest software. You should get both the Type 2 cable for charging on AC charging, and you should get a cable for charging on a 3-pin plug as well, so make sure they come with the car. So that's it. I hope that was useful, and I'll speak to you soon.